Hey everybody, this is Jake Magee from Indie Game Insider. I'm here at PAX Prime 2013 with Yousuf Mapara of Switchblade Monekys. We're here talking about Secret Ponchos. Yousuf, I had no idea what this game was going in. Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
Secret Ponchos, it's an online combat game. So set stage in a stylized spaghetti western universe. So, we really tried to push the art style and the music style. The combat is, you can play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 4-on-4, even 8-player free-for-all. But what makes it really unique is that it doesn't play like any of the standard genres. We kind of made up our own little thing. Like it's like kind of like a team shooter with the cameras overhead. So it plays like a cross between a shooter and a fighting game.
Right. One thing I noticed right away was the isometric kind of camera angle and also the twin stick shooting. Where did you come up with the concept to get the twin stick shooting kind of element in there?
Once we moved the camera overhead, then it just sort of fell into place. Like it seemed like the right choice to do. We moved the camera overhead kind of by accident and early on, like when we were doing some tests, and we just thought, hey, it seems like games should have been made that way, but I haven't really seen any PvP kind of games like that. You see a lot of like twin stick shooters against AI hordes and stuff. So we just kind of went with it, and then from there started learning how we could make PvP fun from that kind of camera view.
One thing that could be a potential problem for this game is balancing issues. What did you guys do to make sure that no matter what character you play or what weapon you're using, it's fair for everyone?
We play it a lot, and I think the main tool that any developer has in this kind of game is they constantly have to be balancing. So even post-launch, we're going to be patching in updates and stuff like that, because players are always doing things that you don't expect, and pushing things, and so balancing is it's a continuous task. So we're going to support the game that way, and but the main thing right now is we just play the game and we make sure we watch people playing it. Funny thing with balancing is, we realize that sometimes characters are harder to learn than others, but once you master them, they might be really good. So we had to make a decision. Do we balance characters for when you first pick up the controller, or do we balance it for after you've mastered it? So we've chose to make sure everyone's balanced once you've mastered them, so that some characters might be a little bit more difficult to learn at first, so, but that's the way we want to go with it.
Right, so it's kind of like League of Legends in the sense that you kind of learn as you go with the character that you choose?
Yeah, like ultimately with a game like League of Legends, hopefully their characters are balanced after you've really learned it. But in the beginning, some characters might just feel harder than others, based on your play style or whatever. So it's the same thing with us.
This game, when I came in, it's very unique. It's got a gritty atmosphere. I've never played a game with these kind of controls. I loved it right away. What's your inspiration for this game? Instead of kind of like being inspired by another video game, we were more inspired by the spaghetti western genre. So we started with actually the music. We were like, oh, cool, let's make a spaghetti western game because we love the music. And then we just sort of let the drawings of the characters inspire mechanics. So we're kind of an art-centric company, and so we're not looking at other games going, this is a mechanic we should do. We're looking at the character design and going like, oh, this kid has 2 guns, what could he do with it? This guy's got a bullwhip, what kind of mechanics could we make out of that? And so the result is, I think when you do it that way is you're not really deriving mechanics from other games, you're kind of making up your own, and that's kind of we want to feel original, so we really let the art lead the way. Yeah, you can definitely tell that the art was a big inspiration for the game. When and where and how much can we get this game?
PS4, it's going to debut on PS4, and people who actually buy a PlayStation 4 before the game comes out, like within a certain window, they'll get the game for free on PlayStation Plus if they're subscribed to PlayStation Plus. It's going to be a digital game, so it'll be a digital price point for other people like that buy later, like 10 to $15 kind of range. We haven't figured that out yet, but yeah, and Q1 2014 is when it's going to come out. We're going to follow up hopefully with a PC SKU later, but being a small indie team, it's really important that we don't take on too many things and spread ourselves thin, so we just want to fully focus on making a good PS4. Then, instead of just porting it on a PC, we want to make sure we massage it and give it some tender love and care, because it's a different interface. So.
All right, well, from PAX Prime 2013, this is Indie Game Insider. Thanks for tuning in.